Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and do these four faces look familiar to you? There's Reno Jackson, Ellie Starseeker, Brian Bronzebeard, and Sir Finley Murgleton, and the reason they're here is that they are coming back in the new Hearthstone expansion. Hearthstone, Saviors of Uldum, launching worldwide on August 6th. And it was just revealed today by Blizzard. There's a funny cinematic of that, you can find a link to that one down below in the description. And I'm here to tell you the main details about the expansion and review the cards that have been revealed so far. First, we have a new keyword. The keyword is Reborn. Reborn is in effect doing the same thing as Redemption is. Whenever the minion with Reborn dies, it is resummoned with 1 health remaining. But of course it also works during your own turn, so it's kind of Death Rattle-like, but it is a different keyword, so Death Rattle, Reborn, synergies will be different. And the first Reborn card that was revealed is this one, the Restless Mummy, a 4-mana 3/2 Rush Reborn warrior class card, so this is very, very close to Militia Commander. And in many decks I expect that these two are also going to compete for a slot. Militia Commander, it's a 5/5 on the turn it comes in, then it makes a trade. Sometimes it survives that, sometimes it doesn't, it's left with 2 attack if it survives. Restless Mummy, it comes on the board, it makes a trade. If it dies, it comes on the board again as a 3/1, so it can make another trade. So there's more trade potential on the Restless Mummy, depending on how its attack and health line up with the opponent's minions. Anyway, really interesting card. And a really interesting mechanic too. Sort of just old stuff, but because this isn't using the Death Rattle keyword, that means that there will be some differences. And because this is a new keyword now in the set, we can expect this Death Rattle-like features to be quite prominent in the upcoming metagame. Another mechanic, this time a returning one, it's quests. Quests are back. If you remember quests are 1-mana cards. They are spells and they are always offered to you in the mulligan. You can of course mulligan them away if you don't want to keep them, but you're always offered the quest if you have quest in your deck. And for any wild players, now that classes will have 2 quests available to them, you can only have 1 quest active at a time. If you have played a quest and it's active, then you need to complete that quest before you're able to play another quest. These new quests are a little bit different than the old ones. The old ones gave you a powerful minion or a spell that you could then use. These new quests, once you complete the quest, your hero power is going to be changed. 2 quests were revealed in the initial reveal, and one of them is this one, the Druid quest, Untapped Potential. So 1-mana spell, you cast this on 1 quest in 4 turns with any unspent mana. This Osirian tier, a new hero power, passive hero power, your choose 1 cards have both effects combined. And as it happens, if you play Untapped Potential on 1, well, you're going to end your turn 1 without any unspent mana, unless you use something like Innervator or Coin to play this. But then turns 2, 3, 4 and 5. If you float some mana on those turns, then when you hit turn 6, you can play Nourish on 6, 4 2-mana crystals and 3 cards. The problem is of course, how are you going to survive all that time, and I don't have an answer to that yet. But there are some scary possibilities for some late game Druid plays with the help of Untapped Potential. The other quest that was revealed is the Warlock quest, Supreme Archaeology. Quest, draw 20 cards, reward Tome of Origination. And Tome of Origination is an upgrade to the Warlock hero power. It's hero power, draw a card, it costs 0. So there's a fairly powerful late game effect. But you need to draw 20 cards after you have played the quest in order to get that hero power. So your deck is going to be pretty much out of cards at that point. If only there was some way to like draw cards and put more cards into your deck or something like that, then this might be usable. And as it happens, Warlock has Plot Twist. Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw that many cards. With some plot twists you can complete Supreme Archaeology fairly quickly, and then you will still have a lot of stuff in your deck that you can tap into and make them cost 0. Or in addition, there's also Archivist Elysiana, the ability to put more cards into your deck so that you can use your hero power. That gives an interesting power spike to late game Warlock, but Warlock's current main problem is that they really lack healing. They might be a bit short on win conditions, sure, but the main problem is that they don't even survive long enough to use those win conditions. So whether this set is going to bring a solution to that, to really make Control Warlock viable, we just don't know yet. What I really like about these revealed cards is that none of them are obviously bad. All of them look like they could be playable. For some of them we just don't know yet whether they have the necessary support, but this is an interesting one. Questing Explorer. 2 mana 2/3, Battlecry, if you control a quest, draw a card. Kind of reminds me of Archaeologist. Battlecry, draw a secret from your deck, 2 mana 2/3. Very strong card for quest decks. And it's interesting that quests are now getting this sort of support, synergy support. This has not existed before. So one thing that really comes to mind when looking at Questing Explorer is, okay, if we have this kind of quest support, then do we have more? And what are all the other quests? So that's really exciting. And this card looks really powerful. Obviously there's the downside that if you already complete your quest, then the Questing Explorer is just a 2 mana 2/3. But after you have completed your quest, you should have some pretty good stuff going on anyway. Another sort of new cards that are being advertised as just anyway are Plague cards. Plague is not a specific mechanic, it's just a name for a set of spells that all the evil classes have access to. There's one for all the 5 evil classes, and the one that has been revealed so far is the Priest Plague. And the Priest Plague is Plague of Death. 9 mana, silence and destroy all minions. So this is Twisting Nether on steroids. This is like, boom. That's some really powerful stuff in the late game. The main question surrounding this card is what kind of priest deck wants to play this card. Because right now Priest doesn't have those ultra late game decks in standard format anyway. So Priest is much more comfortable using something like Mass Hysteria that you can play on 5 so that you can survive against aggro. But are there going to be Priest decks that really want to play the game very late? Are those Priest decks wanting to have removal that's only available very late? These conditions are not currently met, but Plague of Death as such, I mean, it is a real board clear. It cleans up anything. So it's no doubt a powerful card, but currently Priest doesn't have an archetype that wants it. But that could change as we get to see new cards. A new Shaman card is Evil Totem. We were told that there will be more lucky generators. Here's one. 2 mana 0/2 Totem. At the end of your turn, add a lucky to your hand. And the immediate comparison point to this is the Evil Cable Rat. 2 mana 1/1 Beast, Battle Cry, add a lucky to your hand. So the Evil Totem has potential to give you a lot more value because you just keep getting lackeys if it lives, so it has to be killed. On the other hand, you get the lackey at the end of your turn, so one of the advantages of Cable Rat is you play the Cable Rat, you get the lackey immediately, you can use the lackey as well. So Cable Rat works really well as a 3 mana card, Cable Rat plus lackey on the same turn, whereas Evil Totem is just a 2 mana card and hopefully you have some sort of control, so you can maybe make it survive. Obviously the new class identity for Shaman emphasized totems, and we haven't seen a lot of totem support lately, but if we're getting more totem support again, then the fact that it's a totem might make a big difference. Then we're getting a new neutral 1-drop, Jar Dealer. 1 mana 1/1 with a death rattle to add a random 1-cost minion to your hand. And the card that I was immediately thinking of when I saw this was Magic Carpet. Magic Carpet have to play a 1-cost minion, give it +1 attack and rush. So a 1-cost minion that gives you more 1-cost minions to play, to synergize more with your Magic Carpet. That sounds like a pretty interesting card. Not necessarily a very powerful card, after all it is a 1-drop, but there's some synergy potential here. One more new card was revealed today, and it's this one, the Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron. 10 mana mage spell, cast 10 random spells, targets chosen randomly. Reminiscent of the good old card Yogg-Saron, Hope's End, that had Battlecry cast a random spell for each spell you have cast this game, targets chosen randomly. I'm actually pretty interested in the puzzle box. We need to look at what is the spell situation and everything, but I'm not ready to say that puzzle box could not see competitive play. Yogg-Saron saw competitive play. Yogg-Saron is a card that has decided tournament games. And while you might say that okay, well, Yogg-Saron just does random things, when you pile up enough random things together, you start to get predictable results. And Yogg-Saron was actually somewhat predictable in its original form anyway, before it stopped casting after it died. But in its original form, it was somewhat predictable in clearing the board and drawing cards. Those were two things that Yogg-Saron often did. And those were the reasons you ran Yogg-Saron in the deck. You wanted to play Yogg-Saron when you had lost board control, you wanted that board gone, and you wanted some cards. And if Yogg-Saron happened to cast like 10 copies of Animal Companion and all of them roll hover and everything goes face, well, that's just an added bonus. And in order to make Yogg-Saron do that, you typically wanted to play like 12, 14 spells. Now, Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron, it is going to cast 10 spells. It's not going to stop, because it's not going to kill the caster and stop casting. Well, it could kill you by blasting you in the face, so that kind of stops everything. But you know what I mean. But it has been a while. The card pool has changed a little bit. So is Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron going to be similar to Yogg-Saron in that it's reliable in clearing a board and drawing cards, or what does the current card pool or the upcoming card pool in Saviors of Uldum make the likely result of Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron? I don't know yet, but don't count it out. It's definitely possible that this is not a meme card. This can see competitive play. With a new expansion, there's of course going to be a new solo adventure. We don't have any details yet, but I expect that's also going to be one that you buy with gold. And the Rise of Shadow solo adventure, I have to say, it's pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to this. I really want to see what this is going to be like. This can potentially be a good thing too. And now that the expansion has been revealed, there are of course pre-order bundles. If you want to pay money for Hearthstone cards, then pre-order bundles are always the best way to do that. And this time there are two pre-order bundles, one with 80 packs, Ellie Starseeker as a druid hero, Ellie Starseeker card pack, and a random Saviors of Uldum golden legendary, and a smaller bundle, 50 packs, card pack, and the Saviors of Uldum golden legendary. And if you really want to invest, you can buy these both. For example, I'm building a lot of decks. I built a lot of maybe even meme decks. So I need a pretty decent Hearthstone collection, and basically the way I maintain my collection is to buy the pre-order bundles. I'm probably going to buy both of these, and I shouldn't need anything more after that in order to build any deck I like. Of course, it's also possible to play the game for free. And I'm trying to use the cards that I buy in order to build decks that allow you to play for free. But typically the best way to invest money into Hearthstone has been these bundles, so I figured you should know about them. That's the new expansion, coming on August 6th. And I will of course be reviewing everything that's going to be revealed, every card. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.